Who doesn't know the famous Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the most beloved film by Spider fans and pop culture in general? After more than $375.5 billion at the box office, prize for the best adaptation in 2019, 97% of the tomato rating, winning the prestigious Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, and 40 awards in all. Yes, just that. With its spectacular debut with the general public, we had a video game, long-awaited sequels in the comics, almost 2 billion seen on YouTube on the Post Malone song Sunflower, which is the official song of the film, by the way. I can assure you that if my videos had 2 billion views, I wouldn't have spiders on the ceiling. Anyway, after 4 years of waiting, we finally have the trailer of the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse titled Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1. Yeah, because Part 2 was officially announced when the first mini teaser was released, but we don't know more. I therefore invite you to join me to explore the multiverse in this trailer. A web of mysteries and Easter eggs galore awaits us, but that won't be a problem for the young Spider fans that we are. Don't hesitate to give a thumbs up and subscribe. It would really help me for the rest of my content. Fasten your seatbelts, let the journey begin. After a little animation emphasizing the style of the film as in the previous one, we see the mother of Miles talking to her son, who has grown a little since the last time. She tells him to take care of himself, not to adopt, to remain himself, etc. I don't know about you, but this scene makes me think of the scenes which precede the final fight, where the hero develops a sufficient source of determination to overcome the trauma he suffered through the whole movie, and is ready to solve everything. This is just speculations, but if I had to put a theory to it, I'd say a long action scene took place, Miles' mother found out his identity, Miles failed in a fight or a mission, and his father is tragically dead. The reason we don't know yet, but again, these are just speculations. Let's go back to our trailer. Shortly after the mother-son scene, we continue to hear Madame Rayo Morales talking and images of Into the Spider-Verse ensue. We see the scene with Stanley, the one with Peter B. Parker, his approachment with Gwen, the iconic moment when he completely takes on the role of Spider-Man, and of course, we see the last moments of the previous film, Gwen calling Miles to join her through what seems like a multiverse tunnel. And if we compare this scene to the teaser we got just before, we can notice some differences, like Gwen's pink jacket, which only appears on the new trailer, or the Miles baseball jersey, which is also new and constantly changing colors, probably due to the other jerseys that exist in the multiverse. Miles takes Gwen's hand through the portal, and there we come across the iconic moment of the trailer. We see dozens of Spider-Man moving freely, as if there was no gravity. For this scene, we can notice a lot of nods to the Spider-Man mythology, not only from the comics. We find Spider-Man from the PS4 game released in 2018, next to him what seems to be a young superior Spider-Man perhaps. We also find Spider-Man Mark II, which is supposed to be the bulletproof armor, but also Mark I a little later, as well as Mark III. We also see what seems to be two Spider-Women, one with a normal suit and the other with the negative one. There is also the Spider Cap there, the Velocity suit, Werewolf Spider-Man, Manga Spider-Man that we see in several scenes of the trailer as well. This one looks like Spider UK, a Spider-Man in Andes like in the game. Spider-Woman and her daughter from the comic Renew Your Vow, the Spider-Man who joined the Fantastic Four in the comics, aka Bombastic Bagman. But of course, Sony has no Fox rights, so it looks like this. We also have Flash Thompson Spider-Man, aka Captain Spider, found in old comics. Phew, we're done with parallel Spider-Man for now. We know in advance that we will have Spider-Man Punk and Spider-Man India from the images communicated on the film. My theory on all this is quite simple. We all remember this hilarious post-credit scene from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where we find Spider-Man 2099, a Spider-Man from the future, who managed to make a device which gives its wearer the ability to make a timeless multiverse jump. he travels to Earth 67, where he meets the Spider-Man from the 1967 animated series. Yeah, we love this kind of Easter eggs. Right after he arrives, 2099 asks 67 Spider-Man to join him, and that, I suppose, is what he did with all the Spider-Man we saw a little earlier. Telling the mean of transport, it would surely be the device that everybody wears on the wrist. We see it on Gwen in the first teaser and all the Spider-Man in this shot. I believe that Spider-Man 2099 is trying to create a kind of city of Spider-Man, a bit like the city of Rick in Rick and Morty. But for what purpose exactly? This is what the film will explain us. Let's go back to the trailer. We see to our good surprise that Peter B. Parker is back in this film with a carrier, probably to transport his child, who is none other than Mayday Parker, a Spider-Woman very popular in the comics. Because remember, at the end of Into the Spider-Verse, Peter B. returns to MJ with a bucket of flowers, so we conclude that everything is going well for them. So follows a scene of Miles and Gwen suspended with their canvas on their butts? Nah, I don't think we need any theory of that. Then we see a Spider-Woman who is traveling through the same portal but with a motorbike and fighting against a version of Vulture. From this short scene we can see that she has experience as a hero, but also that she is pregnant. Reference to the comics, of course. Then we have Spider-Man 2099 looking at an holographic screen on which there is a picture of him without his mask accompanied with a little girl with the name Gabriella, probably his deceased daughter, given this tag-in presentation. It's probably his HQ or his lab, since we find him a little after with Gwen and Miles. We can notice the same holographic screen here. My theory is that the daughter of Spider-Man 2099 is dead or kidnapped, since we know that the main villain is not him but the Spot, who has the ability to create portals. So Spider-Man 2099 is trying at all costs to find his daughter or avenge her, or even to prevent what happened to her from happening again with anyone else. He puts in place a plan that includes the multiverse and the different Spider-Man. This plan being risky or even dangerous, Miles tries to stop him. So we are witnessing two scenes that are just incredible. The first, where we see Miles Morales being chased by all the other Spider-Man. Again here we can see new known variant, mutated Spider-Man from the comics, Spider-Man Unlimited, Spider-Man from Marvel Apes, the spectacular Spider-Man in the new poster that we got, Spider-Man from the old video game, Japanese Spider-Man. Yeah, the series really existed. And the second scene, where we witness a fierce fight between Miles and the determined 2099. Really, the character seems to be very strong and really badass. Can't wait for more images of that. Here is basically all that I could notice from the trailer, and that by watching it several times. Do not hesitate to tell me what you have found in the comments on your side. Give me your opinion on the trailer or about this video. Tell me if you are hyped for this movie, and please remember that the content of this video is only speculations. On this, I tell you next time for a new video, and may the comic patient guide you.